Here we go. Live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Vortex Energy Podcast. We've got some awesome guests with us today. I've got Sue, of course, and me, Blonde, and we've got Gary Martin with us here. And Gary met Sue a few months ago in Launceston at a Mind Body Expo, and they really hit it off. And Gary has been working with making solfeggio chimes. And so if you've seen some of our other videos talking about some of the sound healing, Gary is personally making and tuning each of these to the highest frequency of the solfeggio scale. So that's how we got started working with Gary and talking with Gary and enjoying his company. But today we want to talk about another aspect of something that Gary has been very passionate about for the last, I don't know how many years, Gary. Gary, tell us how many years you've been passionate about all of the archaeology and these megalithic rocks.
Well, it turns out, actually, I can trace it back to when I was 18 and I got my first trail bike, although it didn't impact me back then. So I found amazing things, I took photos and I wondered, but I never made, I've only just recently made a lot of connections, so that's okay. But yeah, about 18 I was, so 30 years ago. 30 years ago in Western Sydney, I started to discover old megaliths and stuff.
And how long have you been doing it in Launceston?
So I moved into Launceston in 2014 to care for my dementia mother, and so that was very interesting in itself. But what I did find was I had a bit of spare time and I'm in a new town and had a good look around and just realised that the same things here in regarding old stones lying around. So when I moved to Tasmania, it just set me off again, just for something to do, just noticing all the stones around. And in the spare time, I was tuning plastic plumbing tube into didgeridoos with the solfeggio tones, just to see what it was all about. There's a lot of controversy about the solfeggios, but like anything, you never know until you give it a go. So I'm just mucking around with solfeggios and looking around in nature.
Good. And I know you do a lot of photography too with the light through water, through prisms through water.
Yes, so that's, again, I'm making lots of connections now. So in 2009 I went to Girraween in Western New South Wales, southern Queensland area. And I remember while I was there, this place is filled with balanced stones. So in a nutshell, that's what I'm attracted to, balanced rocks.
So tell us exactly what you mean by a balanced stone.
A balanced rock. Well, when you finish with this interview, everybody go and Google balanced rocks images and you'll see. So everyone knows there's rock, and yet right next to it is Cataduda, balanced split rocks and stuff. So you're talking about unbelievably sized, shaped rocks balanced on another rock. But just with such a small area, it's all totally amazing. So when I was at Girraween, I was walking around, and the idea I got was that this is where you go to learn your knowledge. And I look back now, and I think that's what happened.
So when are you saying that you found some of these balanced rocks right here in Tasmania?
In Tasmania, I have not found a balanced rock. But what I find is the rocks that were balanced all on the ground next to each other. So somewhere along the line they've been unbalanced and removed.
Yeah. So do you think that is your intuition that's telling you this, or this is from you walking the land after so much time that you
Yeah,
say, "Ah, I spot that.
well,
That should have been. That would have been right up here like that before."
yes, exactly. So I can see a time when young people coming through perhaps would follow this story, take a photo, get on a computer, and they'll be able to put the rocks together and stack it. So I can already see somebody else doing that. Please hurry, that'll be great. But yeah, I don't think that's just what I see. So on the one hand, yeah, it's imagination, but then that's our whole existence. So yeah, I just walk through it
Perhaps,
and all of a sudden I can see it.
perhaps they need a bit of guidance, Gary.
Yes, don't we all?
From you, I meant.
We'll see.
So, Gary, you put together a hoo-hoo tour for us. Can you tell us what hoo-hoo means?
So the hoo-hoo tour is really just the name of the local and international forestry workers union. Pretty well.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah, so these days, you know, they make, they put barbecue areas and playgrounds in areas of reclaimed bush and whatever. In the old days, these people were, so it's the forestry workers. They, when you take over a new land, like what happened in Tasmania, you know, they send out surveyors to find out, to see what's going on. And then after that, you get forestry workers and stuff. So, you know, you need trees. But you have these people getting around in the bush in the early days. And you know, they may or may not have seen things differently to we would see them today. I'm not suggesting conspiracies or anything, but the Hoo-Hoo Society is a forestry workers commission industry.
But what makes that so impactful? Is that because they're in more what zones that would be more wilderness and haven't been dominated by
Yes,
human
yes,
population?
yes. It's about untouched lands, you know, unconquered lands.
And so is your contention being that there were actually large megalithic sites in and around the Launceston area that are not as
Oh
visible
yeah,
now because these balancing rocks are not put together anymore? Is that what you're saying?
that's correct. Yes, yes. Although I'm yet to get down to Hobart, but I strongly believe you've still got them on Mount Wellington.
Mount Wellington has a lot of those areas, so that would be the next place to explore. But you've also talked about a number of sites in your walks that you found that, and one of them that has what you believe to be a very special drawings on it. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Gary?
Yes, so I did. I found some rocks. So, you know, again, it's imagination and stories and myths and legends, but it's weird. I got up one morning and I just had a strong inclination that I was going to find some kind of star map or something. Anyway, I kind of put that aside and I just continued what I was doing, and all I was doing was looking around areas which we'll be covering in the Hoo-Hoo tour on Sunday. And then just things happen. So on my mind while walking around, it's all about energy healing and fixing everything up. And I found a space where even in modern times today, the area's been set aside for reflexology and healing the land. And I just thought that was a great coincidence, but you're encouraged there to take your shoes off and walk on the ground.
Ah, nice.
I don't want to give too much away because I want people to have the opportunity to have the excitement of discovering it themselves. So on the walk, we'll be going past places, but I won't be saying too much until we're about to leave. Just to give people
Oh,
their own
you're
What,
going to make them work.
Gary?
Look, wrong. I won't have any secrets.
So we can't
secrets.
We can't mention the giant graves or anything.
You can mention anything you like. And, that didn't come out right. I can just see myself, when we get to the star map, I'm not going to point it out straight away, put it that way. Because that'll encourage people to get that spark inside of discovery, that's all. And I will point it out anyway. And you'll find it anyway. This is the whole point. It'll be screaming at you.
Looks like we picked the right man for the job then.
I hope so. And I've got the right help coming with me. Thank you. I've got no doubt, Sue, you've got some work to do. You know, you come down to my little Sedona and do your thing.
Yeah, Launceston isn't quite famous at this moment for its megalithic structures, but you can see the core of it with the giant causeways from the river and the gorge that have etched out massive different centers. So how close are we going to be to the, because, yeah.
Well, on Hoo trip 1, we'll be actually right on top of one side of the gorge where it all began. But we won't be going into the gorge. The gorge, there's so much going on in the gorge. That should be worthy of a day trip on its own. Yeah, there's so much in the gorge.
Good, so this is the promise of things to come.
Plenty more to do. They're all, luckily, if you bring your notepads, and we'll all be writing bits down, and it's all going to fit into other trips, and I think the end result's going to be terrific. I'm a bit excited.
Yeah, well, it sounds...
Do you think...
I'm very excited now.
I know.
Excellent.
But Gary, you've been talking about the rock people. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you would define that or describe that, and do you think we're going to see some remnants of that?
I would say I said rock people, it's rock beings.
Rock beings, okay.
Yeah. So we're human beings. And apparently I've been tuning into rock beings, so what does that mean? So a couple of years ago I took an amazing photo of an orb in the base of a tree, and I didn't have any info on it. I had to see the answers to my questions. I met an amazing bloke who took a look at this picture and said that the tree, he said, yeah, the orb's fine. He said, but that tree is filled with faces. And I thought, wow.
It's filled with what?
What an amazing faces.
Faces, yeah.
He said the amount of faces on that tree is amazing. He actually turned it away and then had another look slowly. And I thought, well, that's a strange thing to say. I've never met anyone who sees faces in trees. But I also had to check myself because I see faces in rocks, so I had to give him a bit of credit.
Well, there are a lot of very sacred sites that have giant faces visible in them. We've seen them done, all over the planet actually, right, Sue? I'm thinking of Ollantaytambo in Peru, and Shasta's got a few amazing spots for that, and so it is quite. And we'd love to hear what nobody's really explored archaeologically to that Neolithic time frame. So this would be before the Aboriginals arrived here in Tasmania.
So time's a funny thing, but I think the original people. Let's just start with an original version of Tasmanian Aborigines, say 200,000 years ago. There's been lots happening, but I think most of this stuff might only be 13,000 years ago, and some stuff even earlier. I think the Aborigines had a long history before this. They've got their own stories about what happened, about creator gods coming down.
So do you think some of these giants and this was all happening at the same time the Aboriginals were here in Tasmania?
Yes, yes, yeah, certainly at the same time.
Mm.
You know, again, it's hard to talk with
They
time.
could be one and the same.
Yes, yes. So
Because
yeah, I
I've
think the
often
Aborigines
seen,
were doing.
yeah, in meditations here the very tall Aboriginals, which don't very tall, very slim, almost like a Lemurian shape, but with a shadow
Right.
versus a cloudy image of them. They're the
Wow, that's awesome.
they're
So
part of the
this is what I
protectors
mean.
of this vortex here.
Ah, nice. I can't wait to see an artist's depiction of that image.
Hmm, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of
Oh,
drawing them, but yeah, I could we could do that. Do you see those same,
nice.
Sue? The tall ones.
I met the speakers originally here when I first found the land, and they put me through a rather rigorous testing process and worked me in shape so that I could come here and protect the land again. So yeah, it was very it was hard work, I can tell you.
Mm.
But they still walk the land here, and there's a lot of ancient Aboriginal energy here, as well as some of the more local energy.
I'm hearing that. So yes, we've got a lot of cleaning up to do, but it's happening. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
actually
look,
just
I think the whole concept of this is really exciting. We're going to be able to build upon this first hoo-hoo tour and start to explore other areas. And I'm sure someone that taps into the Launceston one will say, oh, but I've got a similar structure over here, and let's go and have a look at this. So it could lead to a whole voyage of discovery, Gary.
I think you're right, and I think it's happening all over the world, and it's more to do with our awareness. These things have always been in front of us, but it's our awareness that's changed. And I think Barbara was right with her comment. With all the amazing places you've been around the world, you'll be able to see, and anyone will be able to see by being honest with themselves. And yeah, it is true, and don't be surprised. It's the story, so it's all over the planet, the whole planet.
I
And it
like
may
you.
have all started here. It all started in Australia.
Yeah, that's true. We've got an older history, much older history.
Yeah. So yeah, it all started in Australia. We've got a lot to learn, but we get you out of Africa. Think more of out of Launceston. It's St.
It'll be
Mary's.
I think your phrase, Gary, that you said to me numerous times when you were describing what this is and what you've experienced is that it's all the information that's hidden in plain sight. And it sounds like a non sequitur, but it's that's how you describe it. These things that are right in front of us that we don't see unless we're looking at them with new eyes or fresh eyes.
Yes, you did right. It's no different to me in my personal relationships. Just got to look things with the
When you don't see them.
What?
Yeah, I don't see them.
What does
Now
that
I know
mean?
why, anyway.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's been a reason for all that. So, like you, Sue, it's been tough, but whatever. It's for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no. This new phase is going to be very exciting. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Payback time for us all. Well done.
Fantastic.
Yes, I'll bring my little notepad and my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, again, thank you. Like I said, I wasn't going to point things out, but it's all give and take.
I think you are going to point things out, but we'll talk about that. I think that's the whole point of a tour. But just saying. And I can see the book coming out.
You're here for a reason. Go find it.
Yeah.
Hang on, I thought I was going to be back.
Anyway.
It's going to be fun. I'll step up.
No, it'll be great, Gary, and it'll all flow as it should.
Yeah, nice one. Thank you. That's right.
Yeah. So looking forward to seeing you next week, Gary.
All right. Well, before we go, I'll give you the quick one. So I was asked how this happened. I moved down to look after my dementia mum, and then in the spare time I started looking around. Very quickly, a lot of things happened and fell into place, but it was all too much, and I just went back into 3D. But it's all making sense now. And Sue hinted at the light in the glass of water. It's all part of the same thing. And even the connection with the Vortex Centre. So when this happened, I couldn't find much in Tasmania to hold my interest, but I did become aware of the Vortex Healing Centre. It was a breath of fresh air just knowing it was there and what they're doing. It took me 2 years to find them, but as you said, I did the expo this year, and Sue had the table next to me. So I know a lot of people believe in coincidences. That's great, but yeah, ain't life grand? Here we go. I'll stop rambling.
That's it. And you got to follow the little line of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, well, I know now. Just be happy with my breadcrumbs.
That's right. Well, listen, Gary, we're really looking forward to doing this hoo-hoo tour and seeing some of these ancient sites, or perhaps we'll find some of these ancient sites, and maybe we'll even see where some of the giants have walked in Launceston area. So looking forward to it. I'm going to put the link to how you can sign up to join us on the tour. And I'm sure this is not going to be the last time you're hearing from Gary.
This is Hoo-Hoo Tour #1.
Hoo-Hoo Tour #1. I'm ready to come.
Oh, that's right.
Including a trip to Girraween, girls. You better start making it. We're all off to Girraween. Ball drop. Sometime in the future.
All right.
Okay.
We'll have to see what that is. We'll figure out what that is. And thank you, Gary, and thank you for all the work you're doing walking the earth. We appreciate what you're bringing to light.
We'll see you next Sunday.
See you on Sunday. Thanks, girls. Awesome.
So where's the meeting spot, Gary?
So they've got a book online, and we're meeting at the Hoo-Hoo Hut. So everyone who makes their reservation online, we'll give them all the directions on where to meet us, and then we'll be carpooling from there. Everyone's going to need to pack some water and a lunch, because there will be some walking shoes.
Okay, so...
And the notebook.
Yeah, bring your notebook. You may not have to bring your lunch. See what happens.
Well, if we're there 10 to 2, so yeah. Bring a snack.
At 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, we'll be finished at an amazing place where there'll be some amazing seating and time to reflect. And just across the road is a good takeaway. You know, they got some good food right across the road.
Okay, excellent. Great. All right.
Bring a sandwich and a
All right. We'll see you soon, Gary.
Good on you, girls.
What time?
So they've got to sign up, and they'll get all that information. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, girls.
Well, we didn't catch any of that, so...
Hang on.
I was just being...
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, no, I've stopped the